fix your timeline. Your idea of what it takes to actually get success is off. It's wrong. And that is the exact reason you're not at the level of success you want. Because we go in thinking it should happen quicker than it is. We think that if I don't get blank by blank, I'm gonna be really burnt out and frustrated, and this isn't gonna be worth it. It's because of social media. It's because of all the quick wins you've probably had in your life. You grow up, maybe you know somebody that got successful very quickly. We got these outliers, right? Like one of my childhood best friends, he was always successful with women. He was always lucky. He went against the rules and he would just win. And it was really fucking annoying for somebody like me who wasn't as blessed genetically growing up and was already in my head. I already had shit self-talk. And then when you see somebody else winning quickly and getting, I guess, almost lucky in a sense genetically or in his lifestyle, and your self-talk's already bad, you just compare yourself to that person. You compare your timeline to other people's timelines. That's where you're fucked up with this whole thing. You compare your timeline to someone you saw online in a fucking bullshit testimonial, or that one dude who got lucky. You don't compare your timeline to the dude who actually put in the work for a fucking decade. Why don't you? Why don't you compare yourself to that person? Why do you compare? Why can't I be like Jake? He already got it. He was born with it. His parents gave him this. He won this. Right? That childhood best friend of mine, growing up, he's now a multimillionaire too. I can't even really talk about the specifics around it. I was about to. But he's a multimillionaire now. And it happened very quick for him. Despite living a quote unquote risky life, I guess you could say. And I was even caught up in that at one point too. Now it's very easy to point the finger. It's very easy to compare yourself to somebody else's timeline. But also keep in mind, there's parts of their timeline you don't even see. Right? It's very easy to see the tangible end result that somebody else has. Don't compare your end result to their end result. You don't know what the fuck those people went through. But more importantly, you're gonna go insane that way because there's always people that get lucky. And what you don't see is the vast amount of losers, some of which actually put in a decent amount of hard work. Some of them actually put in an unreasonable amount of hard work, and they still didn't get the result. And that's why I'm saying your timeline is off, dude. You need to readjust. You think, I'm gonna put in the work this day or this day, and then after a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, and you don't have your end result, you start fucking crying. Then you wake up one day, you turn to vices, or you're on low sleep and you start acting negative as shit, and then you try to fucking talk yourself out of doing the thing. Not realizing like, you're not putting in the work daily despite not getting the result. Like, you need to do that. You need to build that foundation of taking pride in getting the work done every day. I was just counting up the numbers, 175 days straight. Waking up early, hitting the gym, doing my morning post, filming the video. No drugs, no alcohol, no partying. Amongst so much other shit, man. I can't even list out the whole thing. It's kind of stupid. But dude, 173 days in a row of doing that. If you would have told me in the beginning, hey, you're gonna do this for 173 days straight, 175 days, I would have said no chance, man. No chance. You know why? Because my perspective back then, the timeline was wrong. I was this motivated, little ambitious dude back then. Even though it was only like 6 months ago, I was already working hard, but I just wasn't ready to commit to something that long. And that's where most people are at. Your mindset is not in the right place. So for you to make a very long commitment without getting a result, get ready. Get ready to be pissed off, frustrated, whining, negative, hating your life after 10 days goes by, 20 days goes by, and you don't have your result. We could blame it on social media, bullshit advertising, whatever you want to blame it on, man. The dopamine of social media, being able to just open your phone and get instant gratification off of porn, drugs, vaping. I talk a lot about this on my channel, the idea that you shouldn't be doing drugs or alcohol or even vaping, something as innocent as nicotine. Innocent, right? I was vaping every day, nonstop for years. I had to give it up. I gave it up for a full year and I went back to it. Found myself smoking again every day 3 months later. Had to give it up another year. Now it's been another year and a half. I'm not going back. Even though I love stimulants. I love stimulants. Honestly, I would die for a hit of nicotine. I'm like addicted. I'm literally still addicted to it. Year and a half later. But you know what it teaches you? It's like you have this impulsive craving. Gotta hit the fucking nick. Gives me a nice little buzz. What do you think that does for you in terms of your work ethic? The weed, the alcohol, the bad food, the porn, all of that shit teaches you to not stay locked in without getting a dopamine spike. Social media, scrolling, all of these things, they teach you to not lock in without getting a dopamine spike. You're literally training your brain that if it's starting to lock in on something, it needs something else to stay satisfied. And that is the opposite of being able to work long-term, consistently, diligently, without getting your result, without getting your dopamine. Same shit, man. That's how you get to a point where you could put in deep work and actually get something done. It takes a long time, man. Guys see my channel and shit, they don't realize. Do you understand, guys? I've been making content pretty much daily for 6 years. And before that, I was a student of the game for 5 years. It's a long time, man. I'm 34 and a half. Be 35 in 4 months? No, 6 months. 6 years straight. If you're thinking about putting in content, you're trying to build up your social skills. 6 years of putting out the content, 10 years of like studying social skills, taking action, coaching, that kind of stuff. All the other stuff that entails. That's a long time in terms of timeline. Fix your fucking timeline, dude. Got some whiny babies that I talk to crying that their week didn't go that well. You don't think you're gonna have a bad week in this shit? You don't think you're gonna have a bad month? There was times in my business where I would grind for 6 months at a time just to watch my bank account go down. Frustrating times. Was juggling employees, fucking off. Had to manage the team, had to manage the clients, the fulfillments, record the modules, put out the content, handle my DMs, setter calls, closing calls, run a business as a whole. While in a relationship, good morning. How's it going? A lot that goes into that shit, man. Honestly, when I first started, I thought I'm just gonna post some videos. I'll go viral. I'll be an influencer. Life is good. Right? That's what you think. The one thing I did do well is I went in with the mindset of, you know what? I'm just gonna put out 2 videos a week and just lock the fuck in for a year. And hopefully at the end of the year, I'll have 1,000 subs. That was my goal with my main channel. 2 videos a week for a year straight, 100 videos. Hopefully I can hit 1,000 subs. That was my goal. I don't talk to anybody nowadays that has that kind of timeline. It's because of TikTok and Instagram. You could go fucking viral. You hope you go viral. What you don't realize is when you go viral, what does that teach you, bro? It teaches you, oh, I could get lucky and hit a shortcut and get the views, get the subs. What does that even do for you, though? You get the subs, then what? So you got some validation? Look, the further I go into this, the more it's not about the subscriber count, it's not about the view count, it's about the impact you can have on humanity. Literally, that's what it is. I say that in my morning prayer. The last sentence of my morning prayer is, I'm grateful for another day on this earth, another opportunity to put in the work, to become the man I truly want to be. That way I could spread love and value to the rest of the world for the betterment of humanity. Amen. That's the last sentence of my prayer in the morning. Because it's true, it brings a reminder that, number one, I'm grateful to be alive, grateful for another day. When you also look at it as one day, one more day to be alive, it's an opportunity. Not an opportunity to fuck off, an opportunity to really become your best self so you can then put the value back out into the world, spread the love back out into the world for the betterment of humanity. When I first started doing this shit, it was about me, me, me. Did I get viral? Did I get reach? Did I get views? Did I get followers? Did I get validation? And when you don't get that, you start craving to somewhere else. You turn to the vices, you turn to the drugs, you turn to the bullshit. Listen, guys, you as a dude, it's your responsibility to double the fuck down on your own self-development. But what you're gonna realize is it's not about validation from the whole thing. If you're really trying to get better with your social confidence, trying to get better with putting out content, building a business, building a brand, tracking your dream partner, starting a family, it's not gonna be about you on some egotistical validating type shit, honestly. Now, if you're at a very low level though, you're not gonna even be able to see that. So understand, when you're just getting started, fix your fucking timeline, dude. It's not gonna happen this week. It's not gonna happen this month. You can set action-based goals for this week and for this month, and that's the only thing you should be looking at. That is the only source of how I'm feeling at the end of my day. Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I do this? Did I take action on this? Yes. Fuck yes, let's go. Fuck yes, let's go. Fuck yeah, let's go. That's the only thing that you can look at to determine your sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. Because I promise you, in your timeline, it's gonna get fucked up. The further you go into it, the more it gets dragged out. But the further you go into it, when you do things right, the more you fall in love with the process. The more you fall in love with the process, the longer you could go with this thing, man. If you're in it for the wrong reasons, chasing the wrong things, you're gonna burn out. And sometimes you'll get lost in those things too. I've gotten lost on the journey as well. I'm just showing you guys as a reminder in this video to course correct. Right? You watch these videos as a means of course correction. You're going about your day, you get lost at some point in your day or your week. You put on this video or one of my videos, and it brings you back to alignment. Just to get you through another day, just to get you through another week, just to get you to do that next step one more time until one day you hit that fucking breakthrough, and then you remember why it was all worth it, why you put in all that time to get that one result. And it will take longer than you're thinking. That's the whole point of this video, is set a realistic expectation going in from the jump. Understand your timeline might get dragged out. There will be periods of frustration and burnout, and you use content, accountability, environment, guidance, structure, communities, financial leverage. You use all of those things as a means of locking you in so you can stay consistent. Just like this video, this is part of the content, right? You fall off, you get off your course correction, you have a week where you're feeling burnt out or sluggish, you forget why you're doing all this shit one morning, you put on the video and you're very quickly reminded, oh yeah, he's going through it too. There's other dudes going through this too. I could whine like a baby, or I could put my fucking head down and lock in and understand the timeline's gonna be longer than I really thought it was. And that brings you security, honestly. Because when you're lost in it, in the negativity, I know what the fuck that's like. You feel hopeless at times, man. Put the content on. Get back to it. Bring yourself back to center, and let's lock the fuck in. I'm in a grind phase right now, guys, honestly. I really am. I'm locking the fuck in. I'm in the middle of a, what's today? It's Thursday? Yeah, I'm in the middle of the week, even though my weekends are very similar, but you know, some days it's just when you're in a deficit for 4, 5, 6 days in a row too, on top of everything else, shit can be a little bit of a grind, honestly. But I'm going through it right now with you guys. I'm here. I'm not quitting on this shit. You ain't quitting on this shit. I tell every single dude that comes into my community, because they get a 30-minute onboarding call directly with me, where I customize out their week. I craft out their goals, their roadmap, whether they're trying to do content, social confidence, just increase their discipline. A lot of dudes in my community that are content creators or even in relationships right now. And there's a lot of dudes who want to just get social confidence in dating. Regardless of what you are, I tell the guys at the end of the onboarding call, I look them dead in the eyes. I give them my cell phone number. I said, listen, dude, this is a long-term game. All right, save this number. This is my cell phone. If you're ever going through some shit, you're thinking about quitting, call me. I'll get you on another call. We'll get you right. You're not quitting this shit. I literally tell that to every client in my community. You're not canceling this program, dude. I'm not giving up on it. You're not canceling this. We're in this for the long term. It's not going to be overnight. Fix your timeline, guys. If you want to accelerate that process too, or maybe just to keep you on point, like these videos, if you watch these videos consistently and it's helping you, I promise you, getting on an actual 30-minute onboarding call directly with me, where we create structure for you to track your progress on a daily basis, open Q&A towards the end of the call, and then you have a daily live coaching call every day that you could join, that I run personally, and then you could post in the community. I answer every post in the community as well. You have all the content nice and structured out. Man, that shit could do so much for you. You could watch YouTube videos by yourself alone, or you could actually have structure, accountability, guidance, a community, and talking to me directly multiple times a week. Some people come every day. Even if you just came once a week, bro, I promise you it would change your life. Let me transform your fucking life, man. All right, I already fixed your timeline. I fixed your mindset. But now you really need accountability. YouTube alone isn't gonna get you there, bro. Click the button below, book out that call. All right, go watch the video on that link. I'll DM you when you join the program. I'll send you my booking link. We'll get on that first call and we'll get rocking and rolling. I gotta get on with the rest of my day, guys. Going back up, about to lock the fucking